banks to the interbanks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Grimes Built Construction is currently building homes in Pitt and Beaufort County, and they're always looking for land to start new neighborhoods. Grimes Built Construction is a custom home builder, but also builds beautiful spec homes in all price ranges. These aren't cookie-cutter homes. A Grimes-built home has great design, character, and the extra detail you desire.
This is Chad Grimes with Grimes Built Construction. If you're in the market for a new home or if you have land for sale, give me a call, 252-717-1418.
Henry's got something to say. Patrick's got all the latest updates and headlines. Together, they're the best morning combo since biscuits and gravy. This is Talk of the Town with Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson.
Okay then, on with the show.
Live from the Town Bank Studio on Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Bonjour, Mademoiselle et Monsieur. Nice to be back in the studio. We are back from our international vacation after spending a week in France. It's great to be back in the studio. How's everybody doing? I see Michael. I see all the interns are in here. I see Logan, and I think Cameron is producing. Are you producing, Cameron?
I am.
Bonjour, Cameron.
Bonjour.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Patrick is here somewhere. Come in, Berlin. PJ, where are you?
I'm here, Big Hen. How are you? How was your trip?
Somebody says Channel 7 volume is very bad. Do we have a audio problem on cable TV, Michael? I don't know what's going on. You know, we've been off a week, so the gremlins could very well have traveled into the equipment, and I'm sure it wasn't tested before we went. Logan, no. Tell the truth. Did Michael test anything before we went on?
He did. He was making sure everything was set up.
He did.
And ready.
How are you, young man? Nice to see you.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's
doing
good.
Great. I'm international now. I feel different. I feel international. Cameron, are you doing okay? How was your week?
I'm doing great.
You guys getting ready to go back to school? When does school start?
The 17th.
Oh. So I was on campus Saturday afternoon, and all the welcome signs were up for all the kids. Yeah. Patrick, good morning, PJ.
Yes,
did you miss me?
Good morning, Big Hen. Sure. Did you? How is the jet lag thing for you right now? Are you?
I'm kind of over it. I slept a lot yesterday. Yesterday was great because it rained all day.
Rained, yeah, sure.
So
sure.
I was able to get up and go to church, and my wife and I went out and had lunch, and I went back to the house and basically slept about 2 hours during the rain yesterday afternoon, which was marvelous sleep. I'll tell you, man,
So
I
that was
can't,
my
I can't
concern
sleep
with you
on
would be
airplanes.
your
I
jet lag.
just,
Right.
yeah, I cannot sleep on airplanes. There's just no doubt about that. I've just never
Sure.
been able to sleep on airplanes. And man, going over there was really rough because we left Raleigh-Durham at 6 p.m. on Saturday night a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Flew overnight to France.
That's for you. That's for you.
Yeah, Holiday Road. By the way, well, let me say this: we're gonna rather than me give a lot of gory details about the trip. I met so many incredible people. We had 61 people on a boat, and there were 100 and
Oh man,
there were 162 people on the boat. I think that
Is that
number's
right?
Yeah, we had more than a third of the boat. I should say ship. They call it a ship. And I met some great people. I knew, well, several of my friends went, but
Sure.
And I knew many of the faces. I knew many of the people that were on the trip. But I met so many people that I'd not met before who were Talk of the Town listeners, and we had people from Edenton, Chowan County.
Uh-oh.
One of my homies I grew up with, Carol Perry, and his wife Daisy went, and some other two couples from Chowan County, and all the way down to Wilmington. And one of the guys that I met that was a really neat guy that I hung out with quite a bit was a guy by the name of Brett Sheffield. And I thought Brett is not afraid to talk, and so I thought it would be good for Brett to kind of give the synopsis of the trip rather than me, because people are going to think I'm not objective. But I will say this: I kept hearing that Viking river cruises in Europe were the best. And but I will say, you really can't understand that until you do it and experience it. It was absolutely the most marvelous experience anybody could ever have. And the reason for it is not just the ship itself is very, very nice, but it's the people from Viking Cruises. They are just incredible people. They're all younger European people. I mean, I don't think I met one person over 45. They're young, energetic, incredible people, and they just take care of every single thing. I mean, they have thought of everything. And you're in a foreign country, and if you're worried about being in a foreign country and not quite sure what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and how to act and how to be and where to be, you don't need to worry about that with Viking Cruises. They take care of everything, man, every single detail, and you are pampered like you cannot believe on these cruises. So we're going to do another one, and I'm going to tell you, I told you that we would announce this week. And here's what we're going to do. I can tell you that if you want to go on our next Viking cruise, which, I can tell, this is what I can tell you about it. After the experience, I think probably 70% of the people that were on this last cruise last week are going to sign up and go with us. All week long, people were asking me and asking T, who is our travel coordinator from On The Go Travel, where are we going next? Where are you going next year? Sign us up. We want to be there. We want to go. It was that kind of an experience. They're afraid they're going to get left out. So I'm telling you, what T is doing right now is working with Viking, and we have chosen a cruise. I'm a little hesitant to say where, because
so it's locked down.
Well, in talking to her yesterday or Saturday, she's trying to make sure we can get the number of cabins that we want, because we had 61 people on this cruise. There is a strong feeling that we're going to probably take 100 people on the next one. So,
wow.
So, and I can tell you this, if you want to go, I will tell you when we're going to announce it and what the details are, and I can promise you, you need to respond immediately. There were 30 people who did not get on this last cruise. We had 30 people on the waiting list that we couldn't get on.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
They were waitlisted.
Yeah.
How about
that? We will announce it again. I'm hoping to announce it in the next couple of days, but I'll give you notice of when we're going to announce it before we do and give you details of where we're going to go and then how you can sign up to be part of it. But I can tell you, it's
How
just
was the food?
Trip of unbelievable. Look, we had reservations at a restaurant in Paris one night, and we all decided we didn't want to go. We didn't want to leave the ship. We were like, why are we leaving the ship? We thought, well, we need to have a restaurant experience. But, we walked through Paris so much and ate in different cafes and stuff along the way. But we just decided that the food was so good. Look, everyone almost had your personal waiter. We had a young man named Georgie from Bulgaria who was our waiter. It waited on us all week, basically. And he would come to the table and go, good evening, Henry and Debbie. It was amazing to me. They know your name, but it wasn't just the waiter. The guy who was one of the top management guys, the maitre d', this guy Peter, and there were three main people other than the captain. The captain was actually French, but the program director, who basically takes care of all of your off-the-ship excursions, and she does a little port talk every night and tells you exactly what's going to happen, and you get back to your room, and you've got the written details laying on your bed in your room. It's just unbelievable. But she was from Croatia, and she was just so charming. She and the food and beverage guy, they call him the maitre d'. I mean, look, we would wake up in the mornings and go down into the restaurant, and we'd walk down to the restaurant, and Peter, the maitre d', would be standing there. Good morning, Henry and Debbie. It's just that kind of an experience. It's unbelievable. And it wasn't just because we were the host. I mean, they were doing that with everybody. Right. So,
did she have fun? Did your wife have fun? Did she enjoy it?
God, she had look, there was not a soul on that trip that didn't have fun, unless I don't know it. Everyone was, and we traveled together as a group, and we left kind of as a family. Everybody was hugging everybody when we got back here to Greenville off the bus on Saturday afternoon, and I just think it was an incredible experience. I loved it. I really did. I thought I was going to enjoy it, but it was so much better than I anticipated in every way, in every single way. So much better than I anticipated. I loved it.
How about Normandy? Did you go to Normandy?
Oh, my God. What an experience. I think every American should go to Normandy. That, I may get choked up talking about it. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was there and tears were coming down my face the whole day. It was, all of my family was in World War II. My father was in World War II. I've told the story before about my uncle having his leg blown off in World War II. My Uncle Richard was a career Navy guy that was in World War II. He when he left the Navy after retiring from the Navy, he was a pretty high-ranking guy in Norfolk. All of my uncles, and my father, of course. And, they didn't talk about it much, but, man, after going over there, they take you to this museum first, and you go through and you get a real feel for what happened there in 1944. And but you also get a great feel for the lead up to it. A big part of the museum is dedicated to Hitler and the Nazis and what they did to the Jewish people, and I mean just murder after murder, just murdering a million people, and then the invasion of France, where they occupied France, and then you really get into what happened on D-Day when we stormed the beach in Normandy. There are actually 5 beaches, and the U.S. came ashore on Omaha Beach. But as you stand up on those cliffs and look down on the beach and you think about what happened on that day, if you've seen any of the movies or whatever, but I mean, to be there, just unbelievable. And, the thing about it that shocked me, though, and I had another close friend of mine say this, was you know, I've heard about Omaha Beach my whole life. I've seen the movies. My wife and I had just watched the movie Pressure like the week before we went.
Mm-hmm.
That was about Omaha Beach. So to stand there on Omaha Beach and look down on the beach, and it's a public beach. And people are swimming, and people are out sunbathing and throwing footballs and having fun. And, you know, the memorials are there, and there are people actually sitting on the memorial for shade. You know, it's a little bit unnerving to see that because, you know, I think of that place as a shrine. Sure. And but the French people just use it as a beach. It's like going to the beach. It's a huge, wide beach. And that, you know, that was a little unnerving to me, to be honest with you. But to be there at Normandy and Omaha Beach, and then we went to the cemetery, and we had the Viking people set up an individual ceremony for us, and two of the veterans on the boat went and I got this video is on my Facebook page. Two of the gentlemen on the boat that served in the military, they weren't in World War II, but they took and hung the wreath, and then taps was played.
God!
Oh my God! You just it's like you're standing there and looking out as taps is played at the American flag over the cemetery at 10,000 dead soldiers. It's something, man. It really is. But Paris was beautiful.
How were the French?
Whole experience.
How were the French people?
You know, we had a couple of experiences. We got some of that European. Benny Hardy got us thrown out of a restaurant, but we got thrown out of a restaurant in Paris. We can now say we were thrown out of a Paris restaurant. The first day we were there, we had some free time, and people broke up. And we had about 10 people with us. In fact, the guy that's going to call us in a few minutes, Brett Sheffield, was one of them, the guy from Wilmington. And we were trying, you know, we had just gotten to Paris, and we were trying to have that sit on the street outside the restaurant, watch the people go by Paris experience that you see in all the movies.
Sure.
So we were trying to do that. So we sat down at this restaurant, and there were like 10 of us taking up most of the tables outside. And the waiter comes out and says, "Food?" And we had just eaten lunch on the ship. Mm-hmm. And we were like, no, we just want to sit. He was like, no, food. In other words, and so I said, okay, bring me some crepes. He went, no crepes, food. He wasn't
so you couldn't have like coffee or wine or anything?
No. You had to order a full meal, and the guy finally said, no food. And he pointed to the street like, get out.
Wow.
And that was Benny Hardy's fault. I got to tell you that. Benny was the guy because Benny was the guy that said, right. let's sit here. It'll be okay. And I was like, do you think we could just sit down here without being seated? And Benny was like, sure, let's sit down here. And then we got thrown out.
So Benny nearly caused an international incident is what
Yes, he did.
Like.
But generally the people in Paris were very friendly. But I tell you, when you cruise up to Normandy, and, mm-hmm. you know, we stopped at little villages along the way. We went to Monet's house, and let's see. I want to be able to pronounce this correctly. We went to La Roche-Guyon, which
mm-hmm.
Was a beautiful little village, and then we went to Rouen, which is a bigger city, and that is where Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. And we actually went in the church right there where they built a church in the memorial to Joan of Arc. And do you know the story of Joan of Arc? I didn't really know it that well, but you learn all this stuff.
I have to admit I do not.
But, you know, this little village that we went to called La Roche-Guyon was a beautiful little village. So it wasn't all big city kind of stuff. It was just really French countryside and cruising along the Seine River. Just incredible. All right. I'll get off on it. I'll get off of it. I'm still on a high from my trip, but again, we are going to do here's what I can tell you. After that experience, my wife and I want to do another Viking River cruise. I just really but I really want the people who were on that ship that served us to be on the next ship. But in fact, we ask them, can we pick a ship that you're on for next year? But they don't know where they don't know where they're going to be. So, but just incredible. But a great group of people. Good morning to all of my fellow travelers who are probably listening this morning. Just an unbelievable experience, I would say. And we are going to do another Viking River cruise. It is going to be in Europe. We've ruled out Alaska. There are some reasons for that, which I'll get into. But number one is that there is no river cruise in Viking. If you cruise in Alaska, it's a ocean ship. So we're going to do another river cruise if we can get the rooms. I mean, T is working on it right now. And thanks to T Steinberg at On The Go Travel, let me tell you, she did an unbelievable job. She's fantastic. What a sweetheart. She was with us every step of the way. If you take this trip, you don't have to worry about anything but where they tell you to go. They'll tell you when to eat. They'll tell you where to go. There'll be parties at night. We had a private party. The guy, Peter, came to me like the first night we were there because we had so many people on the ship. He came to Debbie and me at dinner and said, Henry and Debbie, we would like to give you a private party on the roof of the ship. Would you like that? And we were like, oh, hell to the yes. So Monday night when we were in one of the villages, we were out of Paris, but we were in a beautiful spot along the Seine River in one of the French villages. The Viking people gave us a private party, and it was a beautiful night. The full moon came up. I mean, it was like a movie, man. You couldn't have made it any more perfect. So we are going to do another one next year, probably about the same time, and details are coming, but I promise you, if you want to go, you'll need to respond immediately. So that's why I'm warning you now. Go ahead and decide if you want to go, because when it's announced, it's going to be sold like that, just like this last one. We sold 30 cabins in 3 days on this last one. We had left a lot of people out that we wish we could have taken. So I want everybody, I want our listeners to be able to go if they want to go. All right, 7:32. That's enough of that. Let's get into some other things this morning. 7:32. Quick break. We'll be right back.
Find, save, drive at Greenville Toyota. Find a huge selection. Save with low payments. Drive fuel-efficient and hybrid models like Camrys, $219 a month, and RAV4s, $269 a month during the Find, Save, Drive sales event at Greenville Toyota.
This is a standard hold belt. You can get it at any fashion brand, department store, or Amazon. They can be nice, look good, even sometimes expensive. The downside, they're only limited to 5 holes. Not to mention these holes wear out in less than a year. So this is an Anson belt, micro-adjustable holeless belt. Instead of 5 holes 1 inch apart, we have 30+ options spaced 1/4 inch apart, giving you the perfect fit every time. This track system uses a magnetic mechanism that won't break like a spring-loaded mechanism will over time. Slide your belt through, click, click, click. That's the sound of a perfect fit. Check us out at AnsonBelt.com.
Dowdy Ficklin Stadium rocking it. There's nothing like game days in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Football is special here, and that's because of you. It takes all of us to have success. The 2026 season is right around the corner. Season tickets start as low as $75. Get yours today.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
It's the Find, Save, Drive sales event at Greenville Toyota. Find a huge Toyota selection at big savings. Then drive Tacomas, $249 a month, and Tundras, $399 a month. Now find, save, drive today. Only at Greenville Toyota.
Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson. Just the right amount of info, humor, and real talk for ENC. Get moving every morning with Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
All right, I'm already getting a lot of people contacting me about the next cruise. I can't wait. I mean, I'd go back tomorrow. It will. Somebody just said, you said not Alaska. Will it be in Europe? It will be a European cruise. If we can get the cabins. Again, T is working on that right now. And she originally told me I could talk about it today, but then she said, you better not until I can get with Viking and get it straight. So we're working on that. All right, back here in Eastern North Carolina. Let's see what happened when we were gone. The Little League World Series has started at Elm Street Park. I guess yesterday was supposed to be the first day of games, and did they get some games in last night? I flipped over on the ESPN app last night.
Yeah, they got a couple in.
Man, are they going to get all this done with all this rain coming this week?
It's going to be a challenge.
Yeah. But the Little League World Series is back here in Greenville and on ESPN all week. And I flipped over on the app last night. It came back on at 8:15, I think, and it was the North Carolina team playing, was it California?
They're playing Canada, but they won't play till this morning. They weren't able to get it in, so they're going to try to do 4 games today.
Oh, wow. What time are they starting this morning, do you know?
9 is what I heard.
But Elm Street Park, Stalling Stadium, looks fantastic on television again. Oh, the night under the lights last night, watching that on ESPN, on the app, it was incredible. And, of course, there's no local team in it this time, which means you might actually be able to get
County.
Okay, you might actually be able to get a ticket if you want to go. All right, let's see what else happened. I was following the news a little bit. I tell you, we stayed so busy it was hard to kind of keep up with what was going on here. But I saw that Pitt County Sheriff Paula Dance responded to the death of the sheriff's dog, Chili. And now the county commissioners here in Pitt County have called in the SBI to investigate. And I'm going to refrain from any opinion on this. I'll tell you, I read Paula's statement, and I really do believe this. I think there are a lot of people who really want to use this against Paula Dance. And, maybe some of her statements about not having the funding and all that were out of line. I don't know. But when I read her statement, I read, that this dog was living with this deputy sheriff and his family. And I just don't think there's any nefarious intent here. And I would imagine that family is crushed, but like losing a family pet, although it was a trained, very expensive dog. And let's see what the SBI investigation comes out. I've got people that are contacting me trying to get me to really come down on Paula Dance, and I ain't going to do it because I feel like this is painful to the guy who left the dog in the car. It's got to be painful for him. and his family. And, the guy made a human error. He made a human mistake. And it happens. And it's sad. And, I love dogs as much as everybody else. But I'm not coming down on this guy, and I'm not coming down on the sheriff until we know the detail. Now, when we find out there was something that we need to criticize, we will. But I'm not going to do it just because people are contacting me who want to come down on Paula Dance. And there's some people who are obsessed with that, by the way, and they just keep emailing me stuff. So that's the way that is.
Yeah, but the other part of this, now you're seeing her supporters come out and say anybody that's questioning this, well, you're a racist.
I have seen that,
and that's not right. That's not right either.
Well, but you know what? That's kind of par for the course for some of Paula's supporters. They've done that ever since she's been. No, it's not. But that has nothing to do with the dog. And
Correct,
the guy
Right.
who's at fault here.
Yeah.
So I mean, come on, everybody take a chill pill on this. I mean, let's back off until we get some details from the SBI. I'm glad. I think the county commissioners have done the right thing. There's so much chatter about it in the community. They did the right thing to bring in the SBI. They need an outside investigation, and that's what's been done here. So let's wait until we get the facts. Let's see what else happened. Fauci took the fifth. His lawyer got thrown out of the hearing like Benny Hardy got us thrown out of the French restaurant. That whole, you know what? I watched Senator Kennedy's he did a chronology of the whole COVID-19 Wuhan lab gain of function research thing on the floor of the Senate, and it was the best I've seen. And is Fauci a criminal? I'm beginning to think he probably is. I've changed my view on the fact, based on what we're hearing. I mean, he and there's no doubt that he's an egomaniac. I mean, he even wrote in his diary that he once left Julia Roberts starstruck. What he didn't mention in the diary is that she thought he was Yoda. But he clearly was he covered up the fact that this thing was manufactured in that lab in China, and people died. Children didn't go to school. It set children back, and therefore set the country back. And I'll tell you, man, Roy Cooper, you were right in there with her. I sat in my living room trying to get back to work, waiting for Roy Cooper's 4:00 press conferences with little Mandy Cohen. And I would just get so angry at Roy Cooper that he would shut us down. Well, let's do another 6 weeks. We could do another 6 weeks. That kind of stuff. It just made me crazy. And the mask that we know now, and people still wearing the mask. I still see people wearing the mask, and I'm like, child, please get over the mask. It ain't doing nothing. It's not protecting you from anything. So I've changed my opinion on Fauci. I thought that Rand Paul was being a little ridiculous at first, but now I think he's probably right. I think Fauci's a criminal, and he ought to be prosecuted. But of course, he's been pardoned by. Now we know why Biden pardoned him. He probably went to Biden and said, "Hey, man, you got to pardon me because Trump's coming after me, and there's some there."
Pardon him all the way back to the start of the gain of function research.
Yeah. If you don't know the facts on that, then don't form an opinion. Because I didn't know all the facts, and I formed an opinion, and I was wrong. And all my friends that wouldn't wear the mask and were, wouldn't take the shots and all that, I thought they were crazy. And now I look back on it, and they were right. They were right all along. In fact,
his guidance were guesses, and he admits it in his Dear Diary.
Yeah. So do we have the do we have the RFK audio? Have you seen this RFK audio where he was on with CNN's Dana Bash, who, by the way, is a left-wing wacko? All those women on CNN are crazy, man. They're all left-wingers. By the way, the next few days here in Eastern North Carolina are going to be unbelievable. The politicians coming through Eastern North Carolina. RFK Jr. is in Goldsboro today. He is there to do a fundraiser for Lori Buckout today. Of course, tomorrow is the day that Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is here in Greenville. Can't release any details about that, but we are going to be able to get an interview with the speaker. We've been talking to the speaker's office, and we've got that set up. And Michael, the first thing he hit me with this morning when he came in was they've changed the time. Michael's, he's got to fit in Michael's box. But he's going to be ready, aren't you, Michael? Yes, he will. And we can't reveal until Wednesday kind of what went down. But again, Mike Johnson's going to be here raising money for Lori Buckout as well. And I actually got a call from Congressman Richard Hudson when I was in France. And he's coming back to Greenville to come. But he's going to be here with the speaker tomorrow as well. Today, some of us are having lunch with State Senator Todd Johnson, who is going to be here today at lunch. And Todd Johnson is one of the people that is at the top of the list to maybe replace Phil Berger as the Senate President Pro Tem of the North Carolina Legislature. So we're having lunch with Todd today. Todd's a great guy. We had him on our show live at the legislature. The great Scott Shook set that up. Shooky brought him in because he and Shooky are real close because they served on the State Community College Board together when Shooky was the chairman of the State Community College Board. All right, let's roll this. This is RFK Jr. on CNN with Dana Bash. She's coming down on him for being anti-vax and telling people that they should not get certain vaccines, and she doesn't have all of her facts straight. And it turns into a real battle here between RFK Jr. and Dana Bash. Who do you think wins this battle? I think RFK handled it pretty well. Roll that, if you would, Cameron.
You are HHS secretary, and you are talking about things that lead to vaccine hesitancy in this country, and it is something that causes problems for people when there is not anything.
Let me ask you something. Do you see your job as ending vaccine hesitancy, or do you see your job as telling the truth to the American people?
I see my job as telling the truth, and the truth is that there is study after study after study. It's one of the most studied things out there in science.
You're repeating
and it is
like a parrot. You're repeating it like a parrot. I've actually read the science. You don't want to come back here and debate the science.
I'm not debating this with you.
Of course you won't.
No, because I'm not debating.
All you know how to do is repeat things that people told you and say, trust the experts. That's what you did during COVID. Now we know that Anthony Fauci, who was the expert, was lying about everything, about masks, about social distancing, about natural immunity, about the transmission from the vaccine, about the source of COVID. He was lying, and you were punishing people for not trusting the experts. And now you're rolling out the experts again to talk about something that you have no personal knowledge of.
Okay, well, guess what? That is my job, to talk to people.
Your job is to tell the truth to the American public.
Yes, and my job is to get as much information as I can. And what we were doing,
skepticism,
what we were doing in COVID and still, with regard to these vaccines, is getting the best information, the best science that we can, and putting it out there. And sir, what you are doing is causing information to be out there that is not accurate.
Who was lying to
the national?
All right, so that was the exchange with Robert Kennedy Jr. and Dana Bash. And hey, I thought RFK handled it well. Here's the thing. These left-wing journalists are not getting away with some of the stuff that they used to get away with, and it's angering them.
Oh, yeah.
It's angering them because people are wising up, and people are wising up. I mean, the Democrat Party is in shambles. You know, everybody keeps talking about whether the Republicans can win the midterms or not. People are understanding that the direction of the Democrat Party today is just what Bill Maher has been out there preaching for the last several weeks. They're turning into a communist regime. They want the world to be communist. They want our country to go to communism. And name a place where communism has worked. And why would you want to be communist? I mean, this whole thing with Mondami and his assistant up there who's just quoting Karl Marx, you know, it's frightening that I don't think I really believed that in my lifetime I'd see it in this country. And having just gotten back from France, that very well could be communist today based on what Hitler wanted. And walking through that museum and seeing what Hitler did and what his intentions were. When I hear these folks here in the United States of America talking like communist, hey, it's time to fight. It's time to to put that away right now before it goes any further. And all you folks that are in the Democrat Party, you better listen to me, and you better be part of the effort to stop it right now. But don't stop it until after the November midterms because we need to win. All right, 7:50. We'll be right back.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you farm to fork beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to fork beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
All right, we We are back live in the studio this morning. Welcome to Talk of the Town at 7:53. And now it's time for sports. Patrick Johnson is here with the very latest. Come in, Berlin. Here's PJ.
A judge has clarified a ruling that grants some college athletes an extra year of eligibility, saying it does not apply to football players who sign professional contracts this summer. Federal Judge Charlotte Sweeney issued the clarification after the NCAA argued her earlier order created confusion. The ruling still gives a fifth season to athletes who graduated high school in 2022 and were left out of the NCAA's new eligibility rules, but it does not change restrictions on pro athletes returning to college, transfer portal deadlines, or roster limits established under the House settlement. The NCAA says they plan to appeal. Rain postponed Team North Carolina's Little League Softball World Series game against Canada until today in Greenville. Team NC's from Joco, Johnston County. They'll try to get 4 games in today. The event will. First pitch between the Old North Staters and the neighbors north of the border is scheduled for 9 this morning. Jamesville's 12 and under softball team finished third at the Babe Ruth World Series in Alabama. Congratulations to them. UNC football general manager Michael Lombardi says he's not been told the reason for the university's investigation that placed him on paid administrative leave. In a statement from his attorney, Lombardi says he's fully cooperating and looks forward to clearing his name while asking the public not to rush to judgment. UNC has only said the investigation involves a personnel matter and hopes to review the moves quickly. All right, that'll do it for sports this hour. Big Hen, I've talked to some of the ECU coaches about this over the weekend in different sports, and it's very big. We're sorting through it, wait and see on their part.
Would be nice to have J.D. Lampley on the field when we play Alabama, wouldn't it?
He's in shape. Alabama!
Yes, them. I'm kind of, now that my vacation's over, I'm kind of excited about football. By the way, there were 3 young men from Alabama on the ship with us, and they were asking us about ECU and everything, and I said, "What do you think about Alabama? Are we going to be able to hang with them?" Alabama, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't run the ball. Can y'all stop the run? If you can stop the run, you can beat us." I'm excited to see this football team for the Pirates this year. I think it's going to be fun. All right, coming up now on 3 minutes in front of 8, more Talk of the Town Monday. We're back live in the studio this morning here in the Town Bank studio. Good to be back in the old USA. Be back after the news.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers does real burgers better than anybody. And don't forget about the cheese sticks, fresh salads, and more. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, burgers and sports at its best.
Go Pirates! Arg!
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you farm to fork beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to fork beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Grimes Built Construction is currently building homes in Pitt and Beaufort County, and they're always looking for land to start new neighborhoods. Grimes Built Construction is a custom home builder, but also builds beautiful spec homes in all price ranges. These aren't cookie cutter homes. A Grimes built home has great design, character, and the extra detail you desire.
This is Chad Grimes with Grimes Built Construction. If you're in the market for a new home or if you have land for sale, give me a call, 252-717-1418.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU Baseball. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU Athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
the WNCT 9 on your side newsroom. This is your Talk of the Town information update. Here's Patrick Johnson.
Third arrest has been made in connection with a June 28 shooting at Greenville that seriously injured a person. 18-year-old Jermaine Tanyan Moore, charged with attempted first-degree murder, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, inflicting serious injury, discharging a weapon into occupied property, felony conspiracy, and accessory after the fact. He's said to be from Raleigh. And Moore's being held without bond at the Pitt County Jail. 2 other suspects have already been charged in the case. Western Carteret Fire EMS crews battled their third working structure fire in a 24-hour period. Firefighters responded to a home in Stella just after 1:15 on Saturday afternoon and arrived within 5 minutes to find an active fire. Crews quickly brought the blaze under control, limiting most of the damage to outside of the home. No injuries were reported. A Richlands man is facing multiple charges. Deputies say he assaulted an officer during an arrest. Onslow County Sheriff's Office says 46-year-old Marshall Huffman allegedly headbutted a deputy and threw bodily fluids at the officer while being arrested for trespassing at a home on Thompson Drive. Huffman is charged with assault on a law enforcement officer, malicious conduct by a prisoner, and second-degree trespassing. He's being held at the Onslow County Jail without bond. North Carolina Democrats rallied at their unity dinner over the weekend in Raleigh. Senator Elizabeth Warren was the keynote speaker. North Carolina Republican Party responding by accusing Democrats of embracing what it called a radical left socialist agenda, with Warren being a torchbearer and Roy Cooper appearing alongside Warren. The former governor focused on lowering costs, he says, for working families and winning the state's U.S. Senate race.
We will win this Senate seat. We will make stuff cost less for hardworking families, and we will build a stronger North Carolina for everyone.
Said to Storm Team 9, here's a check of the forecast.
A muggy start with spotty showers early this morning, and then heavier showers with embedded thunderstorms on this weather alert Monday. Some areas could see up to 2 to 3 inches of rain, especially south and eastern areas. Breezy out of the southwest with highs generally in the low to mid 80s. Overnight lows in the 70s with showers continuing but tapering off. We could have a near repeat on Tuesday as showers and thunderstorm chances diminish later in the week. From the Storm Team 9 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Rob Martin for Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Look at temperatures this hour. 75 degrees in Greenville, 76 in New Bern, 75 in Jacksonville, 75 in Washington, 77 in Edenton, 78 in Havelock. We're at 80 degrees in Morehead City. Hour 2 of Talk of the Town as the Big Hen is back from his European jaunt. And we'll get underway on Talk 103.7, Talk 96.3, and the IBX Media app right after these words.
Welcome back. Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Greenville Marine Outdoor Shop is your fishing headquarters with an amazing selection of rods and reels, lures and artificial baits, fishing tackle, and more. Plus, we're your hunting headquarters with all kinds of shotguns, hunting rifles, ammo, and accessories, and we're your archery center, too.
For better service, quality, selection, and more, we've got them. Come see them. Our deals you won't believe them.
Greenville Marine Outdoor Shop, 3600 Marine Drive in Greenville. Visit us online at greenvillemarine.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Need cash for a vacation? National Finance Company is here to help. For over 50 years, National Finance Company has been the small loan specialist with loans from $1,000 to $5,000 with low payments to meet your budget. We're in the business of getting you the cash you need today. Apply online for a loan at one of our convenient branch offices and get your money as fast as today. It's easy. Get the vacation cash you need. For extra cash, visit nfcmoney.com.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Need to insure a boat in Edenton, a business in Elizabeth City, a car in Greenville? How about a farm truck in Mount Olive or a home on the Outer Banks? Weatherly Insurance Agency, an independent insurance agency with 6 locations in eastern North Carolina, is here to help. Weatherly Insurance Agency has agents you can get to know because they're your neighbors and live in your town. Call today, 888-OBX-2-IBX, or on the web at weatherlyinsurance.com. From the Outer Banks to the Inner Banks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered.
Love your show. Love your show. I just love the show.
Here we go with the show. Talk of the town. It's like doom scrolling without the doom. And even without the scrolling.
Put that damn phone down and listen to me.
Real talk for Eastern North Carolina.
You might even say it's the ultimate.
Now from the Town Bank studio, here's Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson on Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Every morning.
Every morning. Welcome back. We are back live in the studio. Talk of the Town is back after a week off. Our summer hiatus is over. I got a lot of comments when I was in France, a lot of emails and texts from people who did not like the fact that we were not on last week. So I don't think we'll do that again, PJ. But we heard a lot. People were like, "Where's Talk of the Town?" So, but Benny was with me in France. So PJ would have been on his own most of the week. So, but anyway, speaking of PJ, he's back. He's back, like I'm back. Morning, PJ.
We'd have managed. We'd have had a little Tom. But I was told nothing was going down last week. But boy, a lot happened. We had Fauci.
Yeah.
We had Lombardi.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about
the
the continuing drama in Chapel Hill. How much more can Chapel Hill take?
Now, how much more will they take? It's embarrassing at this point.
Well, you know, hopefully there's something in Belichick's contract, a clause that will allow them to fire him at some point and not pay him the $50 million.
Maybe.
Honest to God, it's just, jeez. Could that get any worse? It's just, and you know, we're about to start seeing Belichick's girlfriend again, which is, you know, just the whole thing's just insane. The whole Carolina, Belichick, Jordan, what's her name thing, Lombardi.
Jordan, yeah.
You know, Lombardi's making $1 million a year to be the GM over there, and now they've put him on suspension.
And it came out last week that he, you know, was liking, shall we say, adult performers. Instagram post. Lombardi was, and if you think about it,
is that the behind the scenes story?
I don't think this has anything to do with the investigation, but you know how the internet is. Once what was
that again? He liked what? He liked what?
He apparently on Insta liked some adult performers posts.
You mean he liked them? Like he clicked on it and liked it? Yeah.
Like he clicked it, giving it a thumbs up or a heart or whatever it is on IG. But I mean, if you think about it, Belichick, they have Bobby Petrino and Lombardi. I mean, out of those three, who would be the dirty old man? You wouldn't think Lombardi.
Well, I mean, you know, it was Petrino got fired at Arkansas for doing the horizontal bop with cheerleaders. So, you know.
Remember he got in the motorcycle accident? That's how that came to light? And,
right.
And then you got
let's see, what else did we not get to last hour? Tony Romo got arrested for drunk driving. I said I was ready for football. I just got an email from Dylan, our program manager, saying that we have a Panthers football game Thursday night. Who knew that? Panthers and the Cardinals on Thursday night.
Hall of Fame game.
We're carrying that game. Are we carrying his preseason games on 103.7, Michael, do you know, or 94.3? I think we're carrying him on 103.7. Although we're going to run into some high school football games on these Friday night NFL games coming up. More on that later. Let's see. What else did we miss? Tillis and Cornyn have been blocking Todd Blanche's confirmation for Attorney General in the Senate. And I think there may have been some movement. I heard on Fox News this morning there could have been some movement on that last night because Tillis and Cornyn have both said we're not going to confirm Blanche unless he rescinds those that weaponization fund. And last night he said he was going to do it. But Trump has been saying, if they don't confirm my man, Blanche, and I'm just going to let him stay on as acting attorney general until Tillis and Cornyn are gone after the November primary. And we'll confirm him next year. But I think it's a war of words. Trump, let's see what else when we were gone. Trump threatened to go Harry Truman on Iran again, and now he's backed off again. What's that done to the stock market this way? The stock market was kind of up and down last week. Let's check the stock numbers. Scott Shook and Thomas Rouse bring us our stock numbers, brought to you by the Shook Rouse Group of Truist Investments here in Greenville. Dow was up Friday 276. NASDAQ was up 251, and the S&P 500 was up 52. So it came back by the end of the week after having that 1,000-point down day. And this morning, the futures are going nuts on the Dow. Dow futures are up 537 points right now because the price of oil is down 6.5% right now, down to $78 a barrel. So that's come back down. S&P futures up this morning 35. NASDAQ is flat right now. So Trump has called off the attack again, and as a result, stock market likes it. Oil prices are down. All right, back to the yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
if I may.
Yes, you may.
Are we? The thing that made Trump was you weren't getting an authentic politician. I mean, would you agree with that assessment?
Absolutely.
That was okay. You know how he has handled this thing in Iran? Like a sniveling, lying politician. I mean, you never get the straight poop on any of this. It's always...
Wow, I wouldn't expect to hear that from you.
I call it like I see it.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you now have Trump derangement syndrome? Because anything that I say that's remotely objective about Donald Trump, you accuse me of having TDS. Do you have it now?
I don't accuse you of that.
Michael. Cameron, help me with this. Cameron, you sit there and listen to this dribble every day. How many times has he said, I got TDS? Haven't you heard it?
I'm not saying
I plead the fifth.
Yes, you've said it over and over again. Anyway, let's get back to the cruise because I got a buddy holding here. One of the great things about this cruise last week is I met. It was a holiday cruise, not a holiday road. I got to meet so many great people that were our listeners, and again, we had 61 people on this ship, 168 people, I think, with the total number of passengers on the ship. We had more than a third of the ship. We took over Europe, and I'm getting a lot of questions about where we're going next and all that. If you missed this last hour, we will be announcing hopefully later this week. T is working really hard right now trying to get the cabins for another European cruise. I can tell you it's going to be a river cruise in Europe. I can't tell you the dates. I can't tell you where because we're not confirmed yet, but we're working on it. And if you missed this last one, you're about to hear now a synopsis of how great it was because one of the guys that I met on this cruise is Brett Sheffield. Brett is from down near Wilmington. In where is it you live, Brett?
In Hampstead.
Hampstead. And he signed up. Man. He signed up to go with us. And I hung out with Brett and his great wife, Pa. What a great couple they are. Just one of the many great couples that I met that went with us on this cruise. And I wanted Brett to come on this morning because Brett can talk. And I thought he won't clam up when I ask him stuff. So, Brett, good morning to you. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. Trying to catch up on some sleep.
Yeah, you over the jet lag yet?
Yeah, I did the same thing you did yesterday. We got up and had a little breakfast, went and had some coffee, and then it rained down here. And I probably took a 2.5-hour nap, which I really needed. And after that, I seemed to be okay.
Yeah, I did. That's kind of where I am. All right, Brett. Now I haven't coached you. I haven't told you anything to say, but I want an honest assessment of our Viking cruise, our Seine River Viking cruise this past week. You guys were on it. What did you think? Tell our listeners whether or not they should go with us on the next one.
Oh, I think you should go. It was fantastic. Everything that you said a little bit ago was true. The outstanding part was how well Viking just took care of us. I mean, from the second we got off the plane, once we got through customs and baggage or whatever we had to go to, they were there waiting on us. They got us through that airport. For those who've never been, Charles de Gaulle Airport is massively big.
God, it's huge, isn't it? It's bigger than Atlanta, I think. Jeez.
Yes, it was massively big. And they got us through there and got us on the bus. And as Henry said, once we got on the boat, it was just anything that you needed, they got for you. I think one night we had drank all our water and we went out there. It's probably 1 o'clock in the morning, just couldn't sleep. And we asked for water. They brought it to our cabin. The coffee was there. And as you said, the wait staff, just unbelievably friendly. And the other thing was surprising how much they kept us on the go. I mean, we get into these ports and we were right on these buses and we were seeing all the sights. But yes, I think if those for you, I actually feel bad for those that didn't make this trip, because it was a trip of a lifetime. It was probably one of the better vacations I've had in years. And we're going on the next one. So
good.
We'll continue on. Great.
All right, and we haven't announced it yet. You probably know because we've been talking about it on the ship. But we're gonna.
I was told by T that any information I had on the trip I was not allowed to talk about.
The only reason for that is because we want to make sure we can get the number of cabins that we feel like we're going to need. I mean, we had 32 cabins, I believe, 33 cabins this last time. And she feels like we need 50 cabins if we're going to do this next year, because we left 30 people on the waiting list. And I can tell you, I was at church yesterday. People were asking me, when can I sign up? I'm getting emails this morning. And I'll say what I said earlier. When I do announce it, go ahead and decide right now if you want to take this. I can tell you it's going to be a European cruise on a river, and it's going to be in the summer. Make the decision you're going to go, and then when the time to sign up comes, we'll give you the details, but you need to sign up right away because it's not going to last. And I hate for people to get left out like we had to this time because we didn't have enough cabins. So she's working on trying to get the cabin. She's working with Viking right now, but yeah, we're gonna do it again next summer. It was my first trip to Europe. I don't know if you guys had been to Europe. Well, you probably have because you were military, right?
Yes, sir. I was stationed in Germany twice. During my time in the Army. So, but I will tell you for the listeners, those who are apprehensive about getting off the boat and going somewhere. Excuse me, you're right. I called it a boat one day, and they corrected me. It was a ship. Viking takes care of it. The program director, Gabrielle, she went everywhere with us.
She was awesome, wasn't she?
She was very, 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 very awesome. And she just, no matter what we wanted, she would stop and answer questions. And Viking had tour guides. And we had, you'll have listening devices in your room. So
that was one of the cool things, wasn't it? I didn't expect that. They gave you actually had a listening device that you put in your ear when you went on the off the ship excursions. And they had these. Viking has their own tour guides that take you through each, and so like we're walking through Napoleon's palace, and you hear all the details in there, and it's like having it's not like it. It is. You're having your own guided tour, and you're getting all the details. So, you're learning about things that you wouldn't know on your own if you were just kind of walking through there on your own, because you're being able to listen to it through your listening device. It was. I tell you, man, Viking thinks of everything. They're incredible.
and they get people that are experts. Our that guy we had for Normandy was he was from Britain.
Yeah, he was
He
great.
was very knowledgeable, but he knew everything and showed us things. It was just fantastic. I have not been on a trip like that ever, like that, and that was probably the best vacation in 12 years, I think.
Say again.
I said that's probably the best vacation in 10, 12 years.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really
okay,
had to
yeah.
take Texas,
Yeah, so you can do as little or as much as you want. Some people just decided some days just to stay on the ship because it was so nice. And by the way, there was entertainment on the ship every night. They had at every port they had these entertainers that were hired and they were world-class entertainers. It was it was incredible. It really was. Now, you were with us when Benny Hardy got us thrown out of the French restaurant in Paris. I would like for you to confirm that because Benny's texting me wanting to have equal time to defend himself. Can you confirm that it was Benny's fault that we got thrown out of the restaurant?
Well, in Benny's defense, Henry, I saw it a different way, and Pa was sitting next to me this morning, and she goes, "I don't remember it happened that way." And
come on, stick with a storyline. This is a better storyline that Benny got us thrown out.
Well, in Benny's defense, Benny was as the Europeans, like Benny was at the water closet, and he came back down, and we were getting up leaving. Benny goes, "What's happened?" I said, I don't think the waiter took the Henry because when you sat down, and he goes, he said food, and you said, I think you said yes because I was behind you and Debbie. And
well, the first thing I said when he again, for folks who missed this, we sat down. There were like 10 of us, and we sat down and took up a bunch of tables outside. And the waiter came out and said, food. And the first thing I said was, no, we're just going to have coffee. And then he said, no, food.
Yeah, he did say that. And then you said, I'll take a crepe and coffee. And he said, no, food.
No crepes, food.
Yeah, but you looked at him and said, well, that is food. And then he said, no crepes after 12. And then we all sat down anyway. And then he handed us menus. But you could tell, I think he was a little bit irritated when we were there.
Oh, he was like, these crazy Americans are taking up my tables. I'm going to get no tips.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because I think Benny and Laura picked out food. I know Pa and I was going to split something, and that was probably a couple €100 right there that we were spending. Plus, we were going to sit there. And then Benny gets up and walks out, and he came back, and the waiter handed us menus, but he said food. And we're like, well, we just took some coffee and maybe appetizers. And he goes, no.
He said, no. Then he pointed to the street, and we were out of there. But so we went, but it worked out great. We ended up finding a coffee shop where we had coffee, and they didn't throw us out.
Yeah, we went to, what was that, Shakespeare Coffee House.
Right next to Shakespeare's bookstore, yeah, right there across the street from Notre Dame. What was your favorite? What was your favorite part of the trip, Brett?
I think for me, going to Normandy, that was the big thing I wanted to see. That and Notre Dame, because I had promised my mom when I was in Europe many years ago that I would go over there and see that. Growing up Catholic, and I just told the world what my denomination is. But anyway, I wanted to do that, and because when I was stationed over there, I went to Paris just for a day or two. But I was 19 years old, and seeing historic sites like that was not priority on my mind when I was there. So, but Normandy was really, I thought it was outstanding, and it was a little surreal going down there and seeing everybody on the beach like it was, because when you get there, you expect to see the beach and just a big open beach and flat beach. And then you go down there and it was probably had to be 5,000 people sprawled out across that beach enjoying themselves. But it was also happy at the same time knowing that a place of such great sadness has turned into such a happy place. And then, and I was impressed by the town because there was American flags everywhere. It was welcome, it was just really nice. And they really took care of, the monuments. I don't know if you heard this, Henry. I asked, the one thing about Paris or France, they don't allow billboards up because they call that
no billboards anywhere. And by the way, the gas stations in Paris are hidden. They're not allowed to have a gas station out on a corner. Can you imagine what would happen in Greenville if we had to hide all the gas stations? but you'd have to go into a garage and maybe go underground or something to get gas.
But they had a graffiti problem, and I asked.
Yeah, they really did.
guys,
Yeah.
And they said that was just things have happened in the last few years. But I said, has anybody ever messed? Because one of the things, they had this monument, and I don't know if you saw, Henry, when the bus turned, and we didn't get a chance to go over there, but I wish we would. They had a bronze statue of an American soldier, and he was, and then he was pulling his buddy out of the water because so many of them got wounded, and they were dragging him up to the wall.
Yeah.
Because if you can imagine, they had to come in at low tide for the tanks, and these guys got off those Higgins boats, and when the ram came down, those guys had 400 yards in open territory to run to get to a seawall.
Yeah.
And I said, does anybody ever mess? And he goes, no. He said the townspeople will not allow it. He said these things, even the goers are not allowed to get up on these monuments or anything like that. So it was just really impressive. That was probably the best part.
Yeah.
And then I think I heard you say I learned a lot about Joan of Arc. I didn't know the whole story behind it.
Yeah, I've heard of Joan of Arc, and I may have learned it in history class in the 5th grade, but I didn't remember it. What a story that is! And then we got to see where she was they burned her at the stake. And by the way, you mentioned Notre Dame, or as you said, Notre Dame, which they say over there. We when we went through Notre Dame, they were having mass. And we were still allowed to tour around the outskirts of the cathedral. And while the priest was up there giving the sermon, and they told us no pictures, but I snuck a couple, which I feel guilty about because I was like, people are sitting there going to mass and I'm taking pictures of them. But it was just such an experience to go through Notre Dame like that. By the way, is it Notre Dame or Notre Dame? We had one tour guide whose name was Lance. And he made a joke about it. He said, my name is Lance. And he said, or as you people from North Carolina will call me Lance.
He did. He was really neat. I say Notre Dame. I guess that's the way I heard my mom, and maybe
Notre Dame.
Because
that's the correct pronunciation. But yeah. All right. Well, I gotta run. Hey, it's been great. It was great meeting you guys. I'm looking forward to being with you on the next one. And just a super experience getting to know so many great people like you guys are. And I really felt like we kind of, when it was all over, we were all hugging like we were leaving the family. We were just having so much fun together. So
I will say real quick, Pot. We didn't really get a chance because we drove since we came from Hampstead. She was, we didn't really say goodbye to everybody, and we had a little trouble in Paris. Getting through security because the machine broke when we were in line. So by the time we got down to the plane, we really didn't have a chance to, catch up with everybody. But
I missed you at the airport. And that airport, like you said, is so huge. And the Greenville people coming back to Greenville were kind of traveling as a pack because T was keeping us together, because we were flying back and then coming back and getting on the bus and all that. All right, man. Well, hey, nice talking to you again. Let's stay in touch, and we're looking forward to next year. And thank you for that analysis. I think your analysis was right on. And again, we're going to be announcing our next trip coming up, and I'm glad you guys are going to be there, Brett.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, Henry. Right. We enjoyed it too, and have a good day, sir.
All right, Brett Sheffield, one of the great people that I met on the cruise, one of our listeners from down in New Hanover County. All right, 8:33. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm D.R. Alligood.
And I'm his daughter, Jessica.
For 11 years, we have built quality driveways and parking lots for both your residential and commercial needs. We also offer free on-site quotes to have your custom driveways built the way you want.
Call AA Hauling, 252-946-1227 or AAHauling.com.
Need to insure a boat in Edenton, a business in Elizabeth City, a car in Greenville? How about a farm truck in Mount Olive or a home on the Outer Banks? Weatherly Insurance Agency, an independent insurance agency with 6 locations in eastern North Carolina, is here to help. Weatherly Insurance Agency has agents you can get to know because they're your neighbors and live in your town. Call today, 888-OBX-2-IBX, or on the web at weatherlyinsurance.com. From the Outer Banks to the Inner Banks, Weatherly Insurance has you covered.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Grimes Built Construction is currently building homes in Pitt and Beaufort County, and they're always looking for land to start new neighborhoods. Grimes Built Construction is a custom home builder, but also builds beautiful spec homes in all price ranges. These aren't cookie-cutter homes. A Grimes-built home has great design, character, and the extra detail you desire.
This is Chad Grimes with Grimes Built Construction. If you're in the market for a new home or if you have land for sale, give me a call, 252-717-1418.
Wake up. Brush the crusty things out of your eyes and turn the crusty guys up on your radio. Back to Henry and Patrick on Talk of the Town. Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
Well, we are in August, and of course that means back to school. There's going to be a back to school bash coming up this weekend on Saturday in Washington, and it's being funded by several organizations, including Bright Futures, the Department of Public Safety of Juvenile Justice, the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, Washington Police Department, and the District Attorney's Office. And here to talk about that is the District Attorney for Beaufort County, and I believe other counties, our friend Tom Angling. Good morning, Counselor. How are you?
Good morning, Henry. Good morning. How are you?
Is it proper to refer to you as Counselor now that you're the DA?
I answer to many names.
How are you? Hope you're having a great summer.
I'm doing good. So far, so good. It sounds like you guys had a great trip across the pond.
We did. It was fantastic. You need to go with us next year. All right, let's talk about this back-to-school bash. Where's it going to be on Saturday?
It's going to be at the Bobby Andrews Rec Center, which is on 7th Street here in Washington. It starts early in the morning, about 8:30. Doors are open 8:15, 8:30. It'll be a bunch of programs by some of the other partners in the community, Health Department, Beaufort County Schools, Juvenile Justice, really trying to connect individuals with their needs, trying to get parents information about those partners. I guess you could kind of think of it as an event that's established kind of like a portal to identify needs, meet those needs, and then give kids different programs. There's going to be programs, guys that have been involved in the justice system. There'll be somebody from the district attorney's office and the conference of district attorneys talking about the use of phones in schools to transmit explicit images, cyberbullying, things of that nature as well.
Sounds very nice, and it's free for students and parents, is it?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. There'll be different programs. There's actually going to be a couple basketball games going on as well during the course of the day between the Whitley boy who played basketball at Washington High School and John Whitley and John Lampkins, who's coached local kids AAU-wise. They're going to be playing there'll be basketball games between the police department, fire department, Beaufort County Sheriff's Office, and then another group that John will bring. And in between each games aren't going to be very long, but in between each game, there'll be speakers talking to parents and kids about relevant topics. And then there's probably going to be about 300 book bags given away, nice book bags like Nike, Adidas, things like that. And they're going to be stuffed full of stuff that kids will need getting ready for school coming up.
So the first 200-300 kids, something like that, will get the free book bag. That's nice. Yep. Yeah. And is there going to be food? I see you're going from 9 to noon, but I don't know are you going to have food out there?
That's correct. Anybody that's there when it's over about lunchtime gets lunch. So there's going to be food served for lunch for those people that can hang around long enough to take in the whole program, and they can eat as well at that point in time.
All right. So it's the Back to School Bash in Washington. Bring that poster back up for the video for people watching us on video on YouTube and Facebook and Cable 7. The Back to School Bash at Bobby Andrews Rec Center. Again, the doors will open around 8:15, 8:30, and the first 300 kids will get a backpack. And it's going to go from 9 to noon coming up this weekend. So,
yep. It's going to be a big time. It's going to be a big time here for these kids in Washington.
Thank you for putting this together, Tom. Sounds like a great opportunity for kids to get ready to go back to school, and it's that time, isn't it?
Well, I have to really thank Sharnita Ricks with Juvenile Justice. She's the one who's putting this thing together. I'm just one of the cogs in the wheel. So, working together to try to reach these kids as they're coming into school. So
awesome. All right, my friend. Well, good luck with it. I hope you have a big crowd. I'm sure you will.
Thank you very much. Right. We appreciate it. Take care.
Right. District Attorney Tom Anglem. 8:42. We'll be right back.
Find, save, drive at Greenville Toyota. Find a huge selection. Save with low payments. Drive fuel-efficient and hybrid models like Camrys, $219 a month, and RAV4s, $269 a month during the Find, Save, Drive sales event at Greenville Toyota.
This is a standard hole belt you can get at any fashion brand, department store, or Amazon. They can be nice, look good, even sometimes expensive. The downside, they're only limited to 5 holes. Not to mention these holes wear out in less than a year. So this is an Anson belt, micro-adjustable holeless belt. Instead of 5 holes 1 inch apart, we have 30+ options spaced 1/4 inch apart, giving you the perfect fit every time. This track system uses a magnetic mechanism that won't break like a spring-loaded mechanism will over time. Slide your belt through, click, click, click. That's the sound of a perfect fit. Check us out at AnsonBelt.com.
Dowdy Ficklin Stadium rocking it. There's nothing like game days in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. Football is special here, and that's because of you. It takes all of us to have success. The 2026 season is right around the corner. Season tickets start as low as $75. Get yours today.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
At National Finance, we're all about hometown support, just like ECU football. National Finance helps us win on and off the field. They've got your back when you need it most. Fast, easy personal loans for life's big plays. And just like us, they're committed to Eastern North Carolina. National Finance, proud supporters of ECU Athletics. Visit nfcmoney.com for loans as fast as today.
It's the Find, Save, Drive sales event at Greenville Toyota. Find a huge Toyota selection at big savings. Then drive Tacomas, $249 a month, and Tundras, $399 a month. Now find, save, drive today. Only at Greenville Toyota.
Henry Hinton and Patrick Johnson.
It's the talk of the town.
News, opinions, sports, and who knows what else.
It's the talk of the town.
If it's happening in ENC, they're talking about it. On Talk 96.3 and 103.7.
That was Perry Como. I actually came up with that. It's pretty horrible, isn't it? But I heard that. Did you know Perry Como had a hit back in like the 40s?
40s?
Called Talk of the Town. It's a talk of the town. What is this breaking news you sent me? State trooper who crashed his patrol car in Craven County on the NC 55 off-ramp onto NC 17 in Bridgeton. Wow. Photograph on line here that it's like a pretty bad accident.
It looks pretty gnarly because I guess he went down, partially down an embankment or over a railing or something.
Went through the guardrail into the wooded area.
Jeez, man.
We're told the trooper is okay. I don't know if he was on a chase or what, but
and was it raining down there around the time?
I don't know. It's been raining so much. There was a high-speed chase. The guy was arrested for having police chase him through Grifton. They said 100. Did I see 130 miles an hour? Guy had a car that could go 130.
Yep.
What was he driving? Some sort of a NASCAR vehicle or something?
He got into Greene County, and I think that's where they arrested him.
It's a Greene County shout-out.
Yeah.
By the way, if we had time, I would, speaking of a Greene County shout-out, I would let Benny Hardy come on. We'll let Benny on tomorrow morning to defend himself because now that Brett has confirmed that.
Wait a minute.
I was
After
more
a day
of the
of you
problem
slandering him, you're gonna put him off till tomorrow? Jeez. Oh my God!
I don't remember it the way Brett does. Brett says he was in the water closet. By the way, the bathrooms in France, some of them say WC, and if you don't know that's the water closet, then you.
Yeah.
Like what WC? What is WC?
Do they have it? Do they have the insanity like we have here, where it's unisex, or are they divided, the men and women?
There's a lot of unisex, yeah. And by the way, some of the toilets don't have seats.
Ooh.
My wife went into a toilet, into a toilier, as they say in France.
Okay, right.
And she said, "There's no seat."
She had to hover.
I said, "What'd you do? You'd have to like squat." I mean,
She had to hover.
I mean, the men don't need a seat, but
no. Well,
some men do.
Some do.
Yes. All right. Well, it's been fun being back in the fold here. Busy week. Again, the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, in Greenville tomorrow, and we're going to be taping an interview with him and playing it back on Wednesday morning. Lori Buck out. The campaign is on in full speed now. And but speaking of the campaign, yeah.
I was going to say, how about the Democrats, having their little clam bake this weekend in, I guess, Raleigh. And
they had Pocahontas?
They trot out Pocahontas like she is a mainstream center member of their party, which she might be now, as outlandish as the Democrats have and as far left as they've gone. She may be the standard bearer now. But, I mean, remember there was a time she was a lunatic, considered a lunatic?
Yeah. You mean a time? She still is.
No. Not in today's Democrat Party.
Well, she's a lunatic, but she might not be a communist. Not yet, but they're all moving in that direction. I was going to say that this article on Breitbart that's come out about Don Davis's staff giving him brutal office reviews, saying that his workplace is toxic.
Wow.
And they can't keep employees there. They've run through like 3 communications directors in a year. And yeah. Let's see. The same anonymous review alleged that Davis's office has already gone through 3 whole communications teams and 1 legislative team. It alleged that everything in the office is generated by ChatGPT and criticized a lack of racial representation within the office.
Oh, my.
And, now that I think about it, when I was in Don's office 2 weeks ago, I didn't see any I didn't see any honkies in there. Wasn't much.
Say honkies? Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a term I grew up with. Honkies. People don't know
Sure.
what a honky is. That's a white person. Michael, do we need a break before sports? Can we go straight to sports? Thank you, Cameron. Cameron, the intern, who is producing the program this morning. Cameron, how much more time do you have with us? By the way, you and Logan both.
Well, I start grad school in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, and Logan, how about you? You start in 2 weeks also? You start classes?
Yes, I start my
Will you guys
senior
be
year.
around after the summer? I mean, sometimes these interns just disappear and I don't get to tell them goodbye. Michael?
No, I'll be around.
You will be around?
Yes, sir.
Logan, are you going to be around or is that yet to be determined?
Yes, sir. I'll be around.
That's great. I love these 2 interns we've had this summer. They've been fantastic. All right, let's do sports. Patrick?
Over here slobbering like you. A federal judge has clarified a ruling that grants some college athletes an extra year of eligibility. Boy, this is chaos. It does not apply, however, to football players who signed professional contracts this summer. Charlotte Sweeney, she's the judge. She issued the clarification after the NC2A argued her earlier order created confusion. The ruling still gives a 5th season to athletes who graduated high school in 2022 and were left out of the NCAA's new eligibility rules, but it does not change restrictions on pro athletes returning to college, transfer portal deadlines, or roster limits established under the House settlement. So the NCAA plans to appeal, they say. Rain postponed North Carolina's Little League Softball World Series game against Team Canada until today in Greenville. It's supposed to be getting underway here in just a little bit. The NC team is represented by Johnston County this year. They're going to try to get 4 games in today with all of this weather, so we'll see if that happens. Jamesville's 12 and under softball team finished 3rd at the Babe Ruth World Series in Alabama. There we go. Alabama! Former ECU pitcher Gavin Williams, how about this, struck out 10 batters over 5 2/3 scoreless innings. Cleveland blanked Arizona 5-0. For Williams, 5 consecutive games with at least 10 strikeouts. Alec Burleson collected his 121st hit of the season as St. Louis scored 4 runs in the 9th to beat Toronto 5-1. In the minors, former ECU player and Conley grad Dixon Williams drove in his 58th run of the season. For Rome, Danny Thompson Jr., who's from New Bern, and a UNCG grad, threw 6 innings, 7 strikeouts in his longest outing of his minor league career for the Blue Jays AA affiliate. General manager of UNC football, Michael Lombardi, says he has not been told the reason for the university's investigation that placed him on paid administrative leave. In a statement from his attorney, Lombardi says he's fully cooperating and looks forward to clearing his name while asking the public not to rush to judgment. UNC has only said the investigation involves a personnel matter and hopes to review moves quickly. Tar Heels opened preseason practice last week, as Bill Belichick says the program is adjusting responsibilities during Lombardi's absence. Former Aiden Grifton Charger Mike Webb, who also played at Barton College, he's continuing to shine in the German Football League as he returned a kickoff 82 yards for a touchdown for Hamburg. Hurdled a defender along the way. Pretty good stuff. And a couple of seniors for Croatan. Cannon McBride and Aiden Wilson hosted their first youth football camp. The Cougars opened the season August 21st against East Carteret. More on that coming up in the coming weeks. All right, Big Hen, that'll do it for sports. We send it back to you.
All right, there we go. Our sports update brought to you this hour by Advantage Therapy Solutions. If you want to experience real wellness From trendy fitness tech to fad diets, they're all looking for ways to live healthier life. We all are. But you don't have to follow the fads, follow the results. Red Light Therapy and Advantage Therapy Solutions works from the inside out by using advanced technology that can build and maintain a healthy immune system at a cellular level. Whether you're dealing with chronic pain or just looking to improve overall health, adding light and laser therapy can be the missing piece you've been looking for. It's non-invasive, it's drug-free, and it works. One of the patients there, Sandra, said, I've been going to Advantage Therapy Solutions for over 2 years, and I highly recommend them for your good health and healing, a top-notch 5-star health facility. Brand new membership specials available now. If Red Light Therapy is right for you and start healing, check it out. Advantage Therapy Solutions at 252-689-8729. 689-8729. Do schedule your free consultation and free first treatment today. All right, let's do our laugh track. We got a funny guy this morning. Derek Stroop, the comedian on the Talk of the Town laugh track this morning.
I miss the old school PE teachers we used to have. The ones that didn't even have degrees. It was just somebody the community trusted. We had Coach Sykes, man. Coach Sykes, he'd be over in the corner with a tucked-in Jimmy Buffett shirt, sneaking a cigarette. That kid would be on the ground flopping like a fish, taking a ball to the head. Coach would walk up to him. Hey, look at me. You're out. Yeah. I know that hurts. Life hurts, man. Wait till a woman leaves you. That'll sting. We were 11 years old, like when a woman leaves us. I hope Little League coaches and people in that capacity still drop off little gems like that to kids. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, you'd have those coaches, man. They'd smell like a little Polo Green, a little Busch Light, you know. They'd be your third base coach. You'd hit a triple, slide in. They'd go, that's what I'm talking about. Way to hit the ball. Look at me, son. Do not ever get married, okay? All right, here we go. 2-3, look alive. 2-3, look alive.
All right. Derek Stroop on the laugh track this morning. We're done for this morning. Back tomorrow. Yes, sir?
Stroop's in Wilmington in 2 weeks, by the way.
Oh, good. All right. See you tomorrow, everybody.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Visit Larry's Steakhouse for a tender, hand-cut certified Angus ribeye. Other entrees include perfectly seasoned pork chops, chicken, or seafood favorites like shrimp, tuna, and salmon. Complement your meal with Larry's fresh 20-plus item salad bar, or enjoy it as an all-you-can-eat entree. Daily rotating favorites include meatloaf, chicken pastry, hamburger steak, spaghetti, pork chops, and more, all complemented with your favorite country sides. Whether it's for lunch, dinner, or our Sunday brunch, remember to support and eat local. Larry's Steakhouse.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
Daughtridge Gas and Oil has been your dependable propane supplier for 95 years. Their trained technicians can service and properly install all your propane and natural gas appliances. Plus, Daughtridge Gas and Oil is your backyard expert with fire pits, grills, smokers, and more, including quality outdoor furniture at their Greenville Patio and Hearth Shop at 1901 Charles Boulevard. Go by and see the knowledgeable staff at Daughtridge Gas and Oil for propane delivery or call 756-1345.
Your future is full of possibilities, and Pitt Community College can help you explore every option. You can earn a degree, learn a trade, transfer to a university, or launch a new career. We offer the support you need to succeed with flexible schedules, affordable tuition, and programs designed for the real world. Your path, your future, your college. Pitt Community College. Register now